Well, we got pretty close to seeing some frost developing here in some of our northern counties up around Moberly. Again, we needed to get these temperatures down to about 30 degrees, and you can kind of see we tried to get there, but I think we still saw enough of a gap between those air temperatures and what we call that frost point. It's essentially the dew point temperature that we got to get down to see some of that frost developing. It was pretty isolated if we did see it at all this morning, but we're going to burn it off quick with a lot of sunshine working its way back into the picture this Thursday. Temperatures topping out near 60 degrees. I think a few of us will sneak back into the low 60s, kind of like what we've seen these last couple of days. No complaints out of that, but it is still going to be a little bit below average with this big bowling ball low pressure just to our north and east. That's still spinning up around the Great Lakes region. That keeps us pretty firmly entrenched with those winds out of the north, and this is really kind of keeping things cool and keeping things dry as well. But you can also look a little bit further upstream. Not a lot's going to be changing. We got what we call a blocking pattern, a huge trough dipping into the Pacific Ocean. That's followed by what we call that ridge. And again, with those things as strong as they are next to each other, that kind of plugs up the atmosphere, so to speak, from really doing a whole lot of anything, or at least changing a whole lot. So as we go throughout this weekend, right on into next week, looks like things going to be staying cool. You can trace that air that's going to be filtering into mid-Missouri all the way back to northern Canada and Alaska. So not a lot of relief on that front. I don't think we're going to be looking at the 70-degree weather anytime soon around mid-Missouri. And the folks at the Climate Prediction Center following suit with that 6 to 10-day temperature outlook certainly looks like a little bit of a chilly one. So more of the same as we go forward. And this isn't really out of the ordinary, seeing some of these mid-April frosts or freezes, when in fact we've seen some as late as the first week of May stretching back here into Columbia. But again, hopefully we can shake off the freezing temperatures by then, but it looks like it's going to be staying on the cool side going forward. Going to be tracking some rain chances as well as we get into Friday, more so Friday afternoon, and some of that looks like it's going to stick with us as we get into Saturday itself. Again, what's going to be with us this weekend, going to be light. It's really more of a nuisance than anything. Most of that rain that we're going to add up is going to come as we get into the afternoon and evening hours on Friday. Looking at that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast, putting it all together. Not a whole lot of active weather outside of those rain chances moving into this weekend, and there's those cool temperatures hanging out in the upper 50s for most of the next week.